Hello there and welcome to Nonverbal Reasoning 11 Plus Test 12. Let's read this question together. So compare the two large triangles and work out the relationship between them. Then decide which of the triangles shown below completes the big triangle and then choose the correct picture. So what we're doing first of all is we're trying to work out the relationship between these two triangles here. So let's work this out. Now, first of all, in this, the difference between these two triangles is that here we've got black shapes. On the right hand side, we've got equivalent shapes, but the only difference is that they are plain and they're not black. So rectangle at the top, black rectangle at the top, white rectangle on the top, black rectangle in the middle, white rectangle in the middle, a black plus sign on the left hand side and a white plus sign on the right hand side. That means that we're looking for a black star that will then convert into a white star and it will go here. So in this case, our answer is going to be triangle C. So if you were to place the small triangle C here, that will complete our overall triangle and our pattern. Let's go on to our first question and find out what the patterns are between these two triangles. So first of all, we can see here two triangles on both sides. One triangle has just arrows pointing in different directions, and the other triangle has arrows pointing in different directions, but it also has dots and spots, black spots as well. So let's have a look here. So this particular triangle here, this arrow is pointing to the top and this arrow is pointing to the bottom. But at the same time, we've got this dot, black dot there as well, okay? In the middle triangle, this arrow is pointing down, and here the arrow is pointing up with a dot at the top of the arrow, okay? This particular arrow is pointing to the left, and this particular arrow is pointing to the right, again with a dot at the end of the arrow. So the last one, arrow is pointing to the right. So that means here we're looking for an arrow that is pointing to the left with a dot at the end of the arrowhead. So let's have a look at our options. So we're looking for an arrow that's pointing to the left. So it's going to be roughly this direction with a dot at the end. So where can we find this particular pattern? So is it going to be A? No, A is not it. So let's just cross this out. Is it B? B is pointing to the left, but the arrow is pointing upwards rather than downwards. So we'll cross this out as well. Option C, the arrow is pointing to the right with a dot. Let's cross this out. Option D looks right to me. We'll come back to that in a second. And option E is incorrect because the arrow is pointing down. So in this case, our answer is going to be option D. So do try your best with the rest of the questions. So you're looking for shapes, sequences, colors as well. And just bear in mind, just keep a lookout for the relationship between the first two figures to determine what the answer is going to be going forwards. Good luck with these, and we'll review these in our next class. Take care.